Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva has denounced Israel's military campaign in Gaza as the equivalent of terrorism. He criticizes Israel for causing the deaths of innocent women and children during its offensive against Hamas.
Eu nunca tinha sabido de notícias de que crianças fossem vítimas preferenciais numa guerra. A quantidade de mulheres e de crianças que já morreram e a quantidade de crianças desaparecidas, a gente não tem conhecimento em outra guerra. Nessa guerra, sabe, depois do ato provocado, e eu digo ato de terrorismo do Hamas, que provocou um ato, as consequências da solução do Estado de Israel é tão grave quanto foi a do Hamas, porque eles estão matando inocentes, sabe, sem nenhum critério. Sem nenhum critério. Sabe, joga bomba onde tem criança, onde tem hospital, a pretexto de que um terrorista está lá, não tem explicação. Primeiro vamos salvar as crianças, as mulheres, aí depois faz a briga com quem quiser fazer.
Lula, who previously labeled a Palestinian attack on Israel as a terrorist attack, now argues that the actions of the Palestinian group don't justify Israel's response in Gaza. According to health officials, over 11,200 people, mostly civilians, have been killed in the conflict. Lula accuses Israel of engaging in a form of terrorism due to its treatment of children and women. Israeli Foreign Minister Eli Cohen states that the Red Cross has not been able to meet any hostages held in the Gaza Strip, emphasizing the lack of proof of life for the captives. Speaking after a meeting with the president of the International Committee of the Red Cross, Cohen reveals this information during a press conference at the United Nations in Geneva. In a separate development, Cohen expresses strong criticism of UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, stating that Guterres does not deserve to lead the United Nations. Cohen claims that Guterres has not advanced any peace process in the region and calls for a clear stance, free Gaza from Hamas. This condemnation is voiced during another press conference at the UN in Geneva, reflecting Israel's dissatisfaction with Guterres' leadership and advocating for a stronger position against Hamas in Gaza. Qatar is urging Israel and Hamas to come to an agreement on releasing hostages taken during the 7th October attack. The Qatari Minister of Foreign Affairs spokesperson expressed concern over the worsening situation in Gaza, emphasizing that the deteriorating conditions are hindering mediation efforts. The spokesman Majid bin Mohammed Al Ansari stated in a news conference in Doha that they see no alternative for both parties but to engage in this mediation. He emphasized the urgency of reaching a resolution to bring a glimmer of hope to the dire crisis in Gaza. Qatar has been at the forefront of negotiations, leading efforts for the release of hostages and advocating for a temporary ceasefire to address the escalating humanitarian challenges in the region. The lives of 36 infants in Gaza's Al-Shifa hospital are at risk as medical staff struggle with an evacuation plan despite an Israeli offer to supply incubators. With no clear mechanism for relocation, the situation is dire, especially after 3 premature babies already succumbed to the lack of fuel at Gaza's main hospital. Dr. Ahmed, a surgeon at Al-Shifa, acknowledges the high risk, emphasizing the urgency of finding a solution to avoid further losses. In response, the Israeli military posted a video featuring Shani Sasson, a spokesperson from an Israeli defense minister office. She stands before incubators affirming a formal offer of help to Gaza.